Hey everybody, welcome back to the Coach's Corner here on 104.9 The River. However you may be watching or listening, we appreciate you coming in. This week, our guest, head coach of Marion County High School Volleyball, Miss Carol Bailey. How are you doing today?
Good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
And thank you for coming on.
Appreciate it.
Just to get started here, kind of wanted to know how long you've been in Marion County and how long you've been coaching here.
I have been with the Marion County school system for 39 years. I will complete 39 years October 4th. I have been with Marion County High School Volleyball 21. This is my 21st year.
And you said you coached some other things. What else do you coach?
I am a physical education teacher by nature, so I was a teacher for 25 years, and then I took the job of coordinated school health. So before that, I coached soccer, basketball, softball, and just taught team sports, of course, with the school, but I coach soccer, softball, and basketball.
And then how did you end up coaching volleyball?
My daughter transferred down here, and the year that she came, she got to play as a JV person because she's not great. And then their coach went out on maternity leave the next year, and so there was nobody to coach. And Johnny Grimes, that was the principal here, asked me if I would do it. And I told him, I don't know anything about it. So my thoughts were, if we get through 3 years, I will quit and move on. And so here I am, 21 years later.
Still doing it.
Still at it, still loving it.
So did you have any history of sports when you were in school? Did you play volleyball, soccer?
They didn't have volleyball back in my days in Marion County school system. I'm a Whitwell High School graduate, and I played basketball, and I played summer league women's softball.
Well, you talk about first taking the job and not knowing much about volleyball. My first game that I ever went to cover was at Middle Tennessee State, and it was a volleyball game. And I walked into the gym not knowing the first thing about volleyball. And I walked out of the gym still not knowing the first thing about volleyball. But I had a newfound respect for the sport. They're clearly athletes out there going after it. So for those that may not know volleyball, I mean, it sounds simple, but can you break down the game, just what the point of the game is, the goals that you have?
The point of the game is don't let the ball touch the ground. So there are skills that are involved. It's serving, passing, setting, and hitting. And tying all those together, there is a setter, which is basically the quarterback for the team. There's a back row specialist, which is passing, and the ideal thing is get the perfect pass to the setter so they can set up the hitters to make a kill. So it takes a group effort, 6 playing, and they have to flow and pass and work together and be really loud so they know who's getting the ball.
And that kill, that's the one.
Yes.
That's the one word I knew leaving that gym. I was like, I heard someone say kill. So if I were to show up to practice as a high school student and had no knowledge of volleyball, what are sort of the first things that you would teach them?
Passing. If they can't pass, we can't do anything else. So passing is the basic fundamental of the game. And at Marion County, Coach Jim and I are very fanatical about making our skills be good and basic fundamentals. So passing is the one that we focus on the most.
And how do you teach that? What are the ways to set up a pass?
You have to have a base. That means your feet are in position. You have to have a standing position, which is a 60-degree angle. You have to have your arms in a platform position, so they have to be kind of soft but stable, and then you just lift to pass, not swing, flail, fling, and hit. You just lift up softly.
You see, it's not just hitting a ball around. There's some science behind it. So, once you get past passing, what are the next things that you would need to learn?
The next step would be the setting. Everybody at times needs to have the set skill, and that's an overhand pass. The setter, when they do it, the ball should have no rotation. It's just a soft float through the air. And so the setting is the next step. Serving maybe, because if you can't serve, you can't score points either, and you control the game by serving. And then hitting is probably the last thing because it's probably the hardest with timing and footwork.
I'm sure in 21 years you've seen kids show up to practice not knowing these things.
Yes.
How long does it take usually for someone to kind of pick up on how to play?
When I first started, we did not have middle school teams, and so everybody would come in as freshmen on the same skill level. It did not matter if they were basketball, softball, soccer athletes. They were on the same skill level because there was not any volleyball in the county. So with that, the more, I guess you would say, athletic people transition quicker to it because of the footwork and the movement. But basically, if they want to learn, a month to get it really good. And repetition is repetition.
And that goes with anything.
Yes,
when you're practicing, you got to keep practicing, keep getting
Yes.
better. How long, because I know school year is just kind of starting back,
Yes.
how long do you get to practice before you guys get into the season?
Our practice season usually begins maybe the last week of July. But our girls come in for open gym at 6:30 in the morning, and we've done that for 21 years because in the past and now we have girls that play softball, and so their afternoons are filled with softball. And I did other things, I teach swimming lessons, and so my mornings and afternoons were full, so we just kind of balanced out 6:30. So for 21 years, the girls have come in 6:30 in the morning. So they're a dedicated crew.
That sounds like it. Would you say you're a tough coach? Would you say you get on your players pretty hard?
My former players say I'm not what I used to be. They say I've mellowed out with age. So I think that's with the climate of the girls too. I think with all the social media that there is more out there for them to be involved with, and so we try to keep them just happy. But yes, I'm a tough coach. I think any one of them will tell you I'm tough because I demand perfection, and we like for things to be done right. And so I think I'm softer in maybe talking with them, but still demanding.
And talking about social media, how have those things impacted how you coach? Just technology, being able to look online and find different drills maybe, how is that?
That's very handy and helpful. But when we first started, we were not allowed to text and text back and forth with our students. That was a no-no, and now it's how we contact them and how we send group texts and things. But with social media, we can find anything we want to do, conditioning or skill-wise. And even they can YouTube everything and work on themselves at home.
So before then, how were you kind of doing those? How were you finding drills? If you came into the job with not much knowledge, how were you putting together your planning?
I would try to have camps every summer and get the best people that I could get here, and I learned as much from them as the players did. And then drills and things, I just researched and used the books and materials that I had.
Well, we're going to take a quick break here. We got Coach Carol Bailey from Marion County High School volleyball team. This is the Coach's Corner. We'll be right back.
They're back. Western Sizzlin' is now open, offering kitchen menu items including their new grilled Atlantic salmon. Or enjoy side items like fried okra, baked potatoes, macaroni and cheese, a new salad bar, fresh baked yeast rolls, and dessert choices. At Western Sizzlin', full catering service is available, as well as parties of up to 10 per table. For their to-go customers, Western Sizzlin' is now offering delivery with dinnerdelivered.com or curbside pickup at 423-942-5777. Come on by and give Western Sizzlin' a try and enjoy their new hours. That's right, Western Sizzlin' is now open 7 days a week, 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Western Sizzlin', located just off I-24 at exit 155, 1130 Tennessee Highway 28 in Jasper. Western Sizzlin', they can't wait to serve you. And don't forget, now offering delivery with dinnerdelivered.com or curbside pickup at 942-5777. Western Sizzlin'.
B&B Recycling is proud to support the Coach's Corner. Committed to providing honest and quality customer service under new ownership, Paul Blevins and crew are waiting to fulfill all your everyday and commercial scrap metal needs. For prices and hours, call 256-437-9999 or find B&B Recycling on Facebook. That's 256-437-9999 and ask about free container services for commercial accounts. Back to the show. We're we're back with the Coach's Corner. We're here talking volleyball, sort of learning about the sport a little bit, how it's changed. Can you tell us what a practice looks like from you when people come in the gym? What do you work on? Break down that.
We're very focused on stretching and making sure they're conditioned. So when the kids first come in, they're stretching and warming up and running laps, just basic things like that. But then we go to passing, and then we just do some basic drills with passing. Then we go to serving, warm up our arms. They serve several things. We try to teach target serving, and then we get into hitting, and they do approaches, which is a conditioning drill also. So that works on technique with hitting, and then we actually hit with the ball, and then we do game play. And
So
if we need to work on something specifically from the day before that we were a little bit slow on or something, we'll focus on what the need was.
And gameplay, is that scrimmaging kind of?
It is in practice, yes.
And look, I'm sorry if these are dumb questions to anybody out there watching. Like, come on, that's obvious, but I'm just trying to learn. I don't know. So as a coach going into a game, kind of how do you strategize for the team that you're going to play? How does a game plan look like? Or what?
Knowing who we are playing, we work on where we need to hit, how we need to hit, who we need to serve, where we need to serve. Passes is always about the passes, getting them where they need to be. And mentally, we try to keep them mentally focused and strong on participating in that game.
So what are the first things that you look at an opposing team when you watch them play? What are you looking for?
Hitting and serving. Those are the things we need to make sure we're blocking, and we need to make sure we're in position to get the best pass up to the setter.
And do you see players that have tendencies? Are there players that kind of hit the ball towards this same area usually when they serve, or is that not really a thing?
That is a thing, and our JV players, a lot of them, we just want them to get the ball over. But as we get older, sophomores, junior, seniors, we expect them to be able to hit targets, and that's one of the 6 spots on the floor, and Coach Jim gives them the signal where he would like for them to serve. And, you know, we're both sitting there watching the opposing team, so we know where the open holes are or where the gaps are or where they need to serve. And our juniors and seniors are really good at that.
Now, you guys played Whipple tonight, right? Is that correct?
Well, we are supposed to, but they have some sick players and we're not going to play tonight.
Okay. Are you guys remaking that game up?
We have rescheduled for September 25th.
Okay.
And that's a Saturday, so we're going to be playing mid-morning.
As the game, you guys are supposed to play Van Buren Thursday,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Is that still happening?
Yes, and we haven't played them in several years. They were in our league and then they were out of our district, so they're back in again this year. So we kind of don't know anything about them now.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask, is what do you expect from them?
In the past, it seems like Marion County is the team to beat. Everybody that we play wants to beat Marion County, and that's the same with Van Buren. So they will come to play and they'll bring their A game to us.
Yeah, I knew in basketball Van Buren was not a team that you wanted to
Yes.
play against, but volleyball's the same way, it seems. Don't
Yes,
want to.
it is.
Now, I know the game with Whipple isn't going to happen tonight, but playing more than one game in a week, can you speak towards like the wear and tear that can have on your players?
We play 3 nights a week, and then we just finished a tournament last weekend. So the wear and tear is we stress good nutrition and sleep. And so I ask them every night to be in the bed by 10, because if they don't sleep, they're not going to learn in school. What they learn is just going to go through their brain and on out instead of compartmentalizing. And we stress the nutrition component of it and getting lots of water and fluids. Mentally, it's tough, but we've done it for so long, it's just part of our schedule.
And I saw the schedule is only a couple of months long. You
Yes.
guys don't play
6
at
to
the
8
end
weeks,
of the
yeah.
end of the year.
It's fast and furious.
Why is that?
That's just what the
What-
season is. I don't know. It's just what it was when I started, and it still is.
Still is. So I guess that comes with it, shorter in the amount of time you're playing, and that's why you have more games there throughout the week. Can you go through your team a little bit? Kind of what are some names that people should be looking out for?
We have 6 seniors, 5 that have been together since middle school, and Shelby Lyle, Chloe Pitts, Allie, Bridget, Maddie Gibbons, and Sydney Barker. They've played together for a while, and they're a very cohesive group of girls. Savannah Gunter joined us this year. She's a senior, but she plays JV. So our girls work together, they're friends, and their goal is to do very well this year.
Yeah, I know, doing some research, believe it or not, I do a little bit of research on this show. You guys made it to the regional tournament in 2017.
Yes.
What did it take to get to that point then, and then how do you get back to it now?
We had basically the same type of players we have this year, the same group, about that many that have played together. That is our goal, is to get there and to work hard to get there. How we get there is we have to battle all the ups and downs, all the sicknesses, all the quarantining. And last year was a very tough season. We played 3 varsity players basically the whole season and the rest JV. So that's why we feel like we're a little bit competitive this year, because we've got a lot of JV players that are now varsity and they got a lot of playing time last year. So we hope that with them having the mental toughness and the varsity girls that have played together having mental toughness, we feel like we might be able to go somewhere if COVID doesn't strike, raise up its evil head.
Yeah. And this is by no means to get political, but have you seen anything like this before where seasons just get shut down? I mean, how tough is it to practice for a couple weeks and then you have to shut down and then getting back into the group of things?
Well, last fall when we were first starting to practice, we could only have 10 in the gym. So we had 10 outside trying to condition, outside in the heat, and then 10 inside going through the drills and the skills, and then we would switch out. So we're thankful that we're not there yet, but just keeping everybody spaced and away from each other, so we're not together for 15 minutes and then we're at least 3 feet away. That's one of the things that we kind of stress. We don't say go away, move away, whatever, but we tell them every day, wear your mask at school. You know, we know you don't like it, but wear your mask and let's try to stay away from each other as much as possible.
Do what you can to keep the season going, right?
Yes.
So, well, we're going to take another quick break here at the Coach's Corner. When we get back, we're going to talk a little bit more volleyball. We'll be right back.
Guarantees with Harbin's value pricing, any customer can rest assured they're paying the lowest price anywhere in the nation on every model line that Harbin has in stock. Providing a range of new, used, and certified pre-owned vehicles, anyone at Harbin Automotive, from the knowledgeable staff of the Business Development Center to the fully staffed finance department, all Harbin employees can help customers find the price and style they're searching for, while the service department can get that new car ready to be driven from the lot or the showroom in a matter of minutes. Shopping for a newer used vehicle can be a big decision. However, that doesn't mean it can't be one that's enjoyed by everyone. Visit Harbin Automotive, 570 Mike Way in Scottsboro. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Saturday, 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Call 256-259-6400 or shop online anytime at harbinautomotive.com. Make the short drive and save at Harbin Automotive, Scottsboro, Alabama.
I look to the tower for vision because someday I'll have to send him to college. And I want to be ready.
We look to the tower for strength, because cash flow sometimes doesn't flow at all. You need a strong partner behind you.
My family looks to the tower for innovation.
Well, that and lollipops for the children.
Look to the Tower. Tower Community Bank. A higher standard. TowerCommunityBank.com.
B&B Recycling is proud to support the Coach's Corner. Committed to providing honest and quality customer service under new ownership, Paul Blevins and crew are waiting to fulfill all your everyday and commercial scrap metal needs. For prices and hours, call 256-437-9999 or find B&B Recycling on Facebook. That's 256-437-9999 and ask about free container services for commercial accounts. Back to the show. Hey, we're back with the Coach's Corner. We have Coach Carol Bailey from Marion County High School. We're talking some volleyball, getting to learn a little bit. I've learned a little bit about volleyball so far. And we were going through the team. You listed your seniors. Where would you rank this year compared to years past with the team that you have? I know that's not fair, but
we've had so many good teams, and we've had lots of good players. With this team would be one that should be ranked at the top, one of the top of the top five that I've had, just because they play together. They're highly developed with their skills. We have some juniors that play club ball. We have, as I said, we've got a core team of 12 varsity and then 12 JV. And Coach Jim and I daily throw them in different situations where they're not playing with the same group and they play with different players. So they're interchangeable and they're mentally tough on how we need to do things. So I think we have a good combination, and it doesn't matter who's on the floor, which is a good thing with COVID.
Because you never know.
No, we never know today.
Talking about playing club sports, and then you said you have some people that play softball.
Yes.
Do you see that like affecting the team at all? You know, would you recommend playing more than one sport, or really honing in on volleyball and playing club sports? Which
I would never tell them not to play. I have some girls that are 3-sport athletes and they're awesome. I have some that do travel softball and they're a good volleyball player. So no, I'm not one of those that would limit it. I would tell them to go play as much as they can and be as big and broad as they want to be. Be the person they need to be and want to be.
That's a nice answer. That's nice. I was just personally curious if you have ever coached a player who went on to play volleyball at the college level.
I've never had one signed, but I have had several that people have called about. One year we had 4 girls and one college wanted all 4 of them, but they kind of waited till later and the girls were already committed to other schools. And so they just weren't, excuse me, they weren't aware that college was looking at them because we were contacted a little bit late. So we've had 4, and then another one, they wanted her, she was a libero, which is a back row specialist. They wanted her, and she had already committed to other things also. So we've had several, but it just never has worked out.
And what can you say about the talent of those students who were at least getting the college offers?
They had potential to play. And we've got some now that would like to go on and play at a higher level, and they have potential. And they don't care what position it's in, we just want to play. And so that's always a good mindset.
Just wherever.
Yes, just put me on the team, coach. I'm ready to play. And that's what mentality they've got.
No, I did want to ask this. Your season falls right at the beginning of football season here.
Yes.
Is it, or do you think it is tough to have to deal with, do you think feel like you get less support from the community with it being such a football-centered community?
Well, we know Jasper, Marion County High School is definitely a football school. We had our Mayor Turner this year made volleyball plaques and put them on the poles for the girls, and he had his people paint the silos. So we know we have town support. I feel like we are still not where we need to be with community support, but the last few games we've had at home, we've had a good crowd. So last year we picked up a whole lot with our participation from the community, so we're building, and that's all I can ask is just to have everybody just come and watch. Just come and watch them play. You'll be excited, and it's a fun sport.
It is a fun sport. I was talking about the MTSU game. That I left the gym, I was like, that was very fun to watch. I had no clue what was happening, but it was fun to watch. I did want to ask how we fix that, but it's not just show up, give your support,
Yes.
and then really build something.
And just, come and watch the girls and you're hooked. As in the funding aspect of it, when you think about us, our gate pays for the referees, And so normally we'll make $5 or $10 above what we've had to pay the referee, so we're not a big budget sport. And then you think about when Marion and the Pirates played, you think about that gate, and it's like, I've never had that much money in 21 years that I've coached, just from one gate. So we're a very minor sport with a very low budget. And this year we've had a lot of community supporters donate money, just donated to our team. So we're fortunate to have that this year.
And I know Marion County and South Pittsburgh won't play each other on the football field. Do you guys still play South Pittsburgh?
We have played. We've already played once this year, and then we'll play another game.
So the rivalry lives on.
The rivalry lives on, and as I said, we are the team everybody in the valley and everybody we play wants to beat. It's that Marion Jasper name that they want to beat.
So what will it take? Is there a certain benchmark wins, or what will it take for you to consider this season a success for you and your team?
Getting out of the district and going on is what our thoughts are, and that's what we have to do for us to know that we were successful this year.
Have you, I know we talked about 2017,
Yes.
you guys went. Have you guys been close in years past? Has that been like a speed bump along the way that you come to?
We, our toughest competitor is Sell Creek, and in the past 10, 15 years, they have really stepped up their program. They have girls that play club ball, and basically their whole team does, and we have two. So it's tough to compete with that, but that's our speed bump, and Whitwell's team has really picked up on their level and intensity of play. So our district is tough. CSAS was in it, they left and gone on the other side. So Van Buren moved in their place. We now have Bledsoe County in our district. They've never been in. They always like to play us and beat us. So we have a tough district.
And it sounds like there's some exciting volleyball happening here in the area. We need to get more people out supporting the volleyball teams.
We need to have them come and support us. If they come, they'll be hooked.
So, just a fun question. You don't think about volleyball much in this area. We talk about it being a football area. Do you travel very far off? Do you have to go very far to find competitive games?
No, we do not. Chattanooga is all the competition we could handle probably, but then there's that time change. And so it's hard for us to get out of school and get there on time, in a timely manner, and then you have the traffic. So we basically, this year, tried to stay in the central time zone just because of the traffic and the congestion and traffic delays.
Have you ever been to we call this a football school, have you ever been to a volleyball school? Are there schools anywhere that have that atmosphere and that energy for volleyball games?
Sell Creek is definitely that school.
Yeah.
They are. Their name is on the map. Other than that, I think around here it's football schools. Sequatchie, Bledsoe, Whitwell, South Pitt, Grundy, they're all football schools.
But hey, maybe we can change that.
We'll
Maybe
try our
we can
best,
change that.
yes.
Well, we have a little bit of a tradition around here where we try to get all our coaches to sign one of these signature balls, if you wouldn't mind picking that Sharpie there.
So the players call me Miss B.
Miss B?
So do you want me to put me, Miss B, or do you want me to put Coach Bailey?
You can put whichever you want. If you want to put Miss B, Miss Bailey, either or. And throughout the season, we'll be back. We'd like to get the team to sign the ball as well. That'd be something nice to have.
It's a great group of girls. They're very competitive. They like each other. They're kind-hearted. They're dedicated and motivated. So it's just been my pleasure for these years to get to work with the Marion County players and this team. I said I can't quit because I love the girls. And that's why I'm still here, I guess.
And, connect with us on Facebook at Coaches Corner-TN. You can find us on YouTube, Coaches Corner-TN. Watch the episodes after they've all aired. Hopefully this is something that we can get the community in on. If you want to leave comments and questions next time we have Miss Bailey on, we'll ask your fan questions, hopefully. I do appreciate you coming on,
Thank
giving
you
us
for
the
having me, I
time.
appreciate it.
Come out and support the Warriors volleyball team. They play Van Buren Thursday. Is that
Thursday.
here or is
That's
that
here.
That's
it.
here.
Time changed because of their travel and getting bus drivers. We're all kind of struggling with bus drivers. So the JV game is at 5 and the varsity match is at 6.
You heard it here first, Warrior fans. Let's pack out the gym. And until next time, this has been the Coach's Corner.